Hey everyone, buckle up because today we're diving into a wild story. The FBI is sounding the alarm about a possible threat from China targeting our food supply with what they're calling agro-terrorism. Stick with me as we unpack this chilling report, including how two Chinese researchers at the University of Michigan allegedly smuggled a dangerous pathogen into the U.S. that could wreak havoc. I'll break down what's happening, why the FBI is so worried, and why some folks from the Trump administration are saying this is exactly the kind of thing they've been trying to prevent by tightening border security. Let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy the video. Watch till the end for the full scoop. Before we jump in, do me a quick favor, it takes 2 seconds. If you're liking these daily updates, smash that like button to show some love. Alright, let's dive into this unsettling news. So here's the deal. We're just now hearing about a startling incident that went down a while back. Check this out. A report surfaced about a Chinese couple charged with smuggling a biological pathogen into the U.S. The culprits? A researcher named Gianni and her boyfriend Lou, both tied to the University of Michigan, who studied this toxic pathogen back in China. Here's why this is raising red flags. Experts say some researchers in China, or even folks with shadier intentions, might avoid doing risky experiments in their home country. Why? Because an accidental leak, like what happened with COVID, could spark a massive outbreak. So instead, they might bring their experiments to another country, like the US, to dodge that risk. This is exactly why some Trump administration officials are pushing for stricter oversight on who's coming into the country, especially those involved in sensitive research at our universities. They're saying we need to be super careful about who we're letting conduct experiments here. Let's take a look at this clip from Fox News to get a clearer picture. They reported that the FBI is warning Americans about potential attacks on our food supply from China. Get this. Last year, authorities found a dangerous fungus at the Detroit airport. Yeah, you heard that right. Last year. Now, why does this matter? Well, Chinese companies have been snapping up huge chunks of American land for years, and it's got lawmakers scratching their heads. Why are they buying up farmland or plots near nuclear facilities? Some of these companies don't even seem to have a real business. They don't sell products or services, yet they're still in operation. When asked, they just say it's part of their future plans. Sounds vague, right? Let's keep watching this clip for more. The clip shows that this fungus was hidden in 4 plastic baggies, stuffed inside wads of tissue paper in a backpack. The toxins in this stuff can cause vomiting, liver damage, and even reproductive issues in both humans and livestock. Think about that. You eat something, think it's just food poisoning, but it could be this dangerous pathogen messing you up. And the reproductive damage, that's a whole other level of scary. So what were these researchers doing with this stuff? According to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Michigan, the 34-year-old researcher from the University of Michigan deliberately hid the samples in his backpack, knowing full well there were strict rules against bringing them into the country. He claimed he wanted to study the fungus in his university lab, but FBI Director Kash Patel isn't buying it. He called this a sobering case, warning that the Chinese Communist Party could be sending operatives and researchers to infiltrate our institutions and target our food supply, which could cripple our economy and put American lives at risk. Here's where it gets even crazier. The FBI says this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Apparently, one of these researchers admitted they've smuggled pathogens before, hiding them in things like books to sneak them past customs. That's pretty bold, and honestly, it's unsettling that we're only hearing about this now, long after it happened. Let's look at another source. CNN reported that these 2 Chinese researchers were charged with smuggling this pathogen to study at their University of Michigan lab. The feds seized the baggies for obvious safety reasons, but here's the kicker. The Department of Justice says protecting Americans from hostile foreign actors is their top priority. This particular pathogen, called Fusarium graminearum, is considered a potential agro-terror weapon. It can wipe out crops like wheat, corn, rice, and barley, causing billions of dollars in losses worldwide every year. Plus, its toxins can trigger vomiting, liver damage, and reproductive issues in both livestock and humans. Why is this such a big deal? If livestock can't reproduce, our meat supply takes a hit. Fewer animals mean less food, and that's a problem. And if humans are affected reproductively, that's an even bigger concern for the future. Liver damage? Potentially deadly. Vomiting? No one's signing up for that. It's all bad news. The 25-page criminal complaint doesn't say these researchers plan to spread the fungus beyond the lab. But it does confirm that Liu knew the material was restricted and hid it anyway, stuffing it in tissue paper in his backpack. Smuggling like this is rare. Most cases involve researchers trying to sneak info or materials out of the US, not in. But as Harvard's warnings point out, a pathogen like fusarium is incredibly dangerous even if the researchers had good intentions. One mistake, one mishap, and we could be looking at catastrophic consequences. The FBI is still digging into whether the Chinese Communist Party is directly involved, but they're not ruling it out. The big fear? What if there's an accidental release like we saw with COVID? If this pathogen got out, it could be a disaster, and nobody wants to find out what that looks like. That's the latest as of today. I'll keep you posted as more details come in, so stay tuned for updates. Thanks so much for watching. And if you found this as eye-opening as I did, consider subscribing so you don't miss what's next. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.